What if I told you the world is a whole lot weirder, wilder, and far more fascinating than you've ever imagined? Picture this. Luxury Ferraris abandoned in dusty parking lots like forgotten toys, snakes slipping out of their own skin like they are changing outfits, and an island so crowded it makes your living room feel like a palace. And that's just the beginning. We'll explore flamingo fashion shows, underground cave villages, spas where pythons double as massage therapists, and even worms with more hearts than most romance novels. So grab your curiosity, hit that like button, it won't hurt your finger, and click subscribe. It's cheaper than therapy, way more entertaining, and these facts will make you laugh, squirm, and say, "No way." Have you ever seen a Ferrari sitting abandoned in a dusty parking lot like Cinderella after midnight? In Dubai, that's not a fairy tale. It's reality. When people fall into debt, strict financial laws can turn a luxury lifestyle into a quick escape plan. Instead of facing legal trouble, many owners simply ditch their prized cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and Porsches, leaving them baking under the desert sun. It's bizarre to see a $500,000 car parked beside an old Toyota, slowly collecting dust. These abandoned treasures tell stories of big dreams, bigger risks, and the desert's strangest used car lot. Snakes don't shop for bigger jeans when they outgrow their skin. Nope, they ditch it entirely. This process, called ecdysis, happens several times a year. Picture an entire outer layer of skin sliding off like a peeled banana. It's not just about growth. Shedding also removes parasites and damaged scales. Before the big reveal, snakes look dull, and their eyes turn cloudy, as though wearing foggy glasses. Then, with a little rub against a rock, voila, brand new snake fashion. It's nature's version of out with the old, in with the new, except much creepier and significantly more effective. Imagine living on an island the size of a football field with 500 neighbors. Welcome to Santa Cruz del Islote, Colombia's incredibly crowded gem in the Caribbean Sea. At only 1.22 hectares, it's the world's most densely populated island. Houses are stacked so tightly that personal space is more theory than practice. There are no cars, just narrow paths filled with kids playing and neighbors gossiping. Life thrives on fishing, tourism, and pure ingenuity. It's chaotic, yet charming, proving that with creativity and community spirit, you can fit an entire town into someone's backyard. You might feel special, but honestly, you're a walking snow globe. Every single month, your body sheds and replaces its entire outer layer of skin. Over a lifetime, that's about 1,000 new skins. The epidermis, the top layer, handles this relentless recycling project. Old cells flake off while new ones rise to the surface, creating a permanent conveyor belt of freshness. This process protects against bacteria and keeps your body wrapped in style. Sadly, as we age, the pace slows down, leaving dryness and wrinkles. So next time you moisturize, remember, you've had more skins than a Hollywood costume department. Forget gloomy graveyards. Mexico's Day of the Dead is a party. Celebrated on November 1st and 2nd, it honors loved ones who've passed on. Families build vibrant altars filled with marigolds, food, and photos, inviting spirits to join the festivities. Streets buzz with parades, music, and painted skull faces that look equal parts spooky and fabulous. It's not about mourning, but celebrating life and legacy with joy. Recognized by UNESCO for its cultural importance, Dia de los Muertos shows us that remembrance doesn't need silence or sadness. It can be filled with laughter, dancing skeletons, and a whole lot of tacos. Your feet deserve way more credit than they get. Together, they contain 52 bones. Yes, a quarter of your body's total skeleton is crammed below your ankles. Each foot is built from 7 tarsals, 5 metatarsals, and 14 phalanges, all working in harmony like a tiny bone orchestra. This engineering masterpiece absorbs shock, balances your weight, and lets you run, dance, or sprint to catch the bus. Feet are resilient, yet delicate. Without them, we'd topple like bowling pins. Next time you look down, give your hardworking feet some appreciation. They're quietly carrying you through life, bone by bone, step by step. Your eyes are tiny athletes in constant training. Every single day, they make around 100,000 movements, Imagine running 50 meters without leaving your chair. They dart, blink, squint, and focus non-stop, keeping dust out and images sharp. Without them, you would be tripping over coffee tables hourly. Those flicks let you read books, binge-watch shows, or silently judge bad fashion choices. They are powered by some of the fastest muscles in your body, responding instantly to shifting light. Next time you pause to admire a sunset or glance at a meme, thank your eyes. They are working overtime. What's more fabulous than a flamingo? A whole flock, which, fittingly, is called a flamboyance. These birds aren't born pink. They owe their rosy glow to shrimp and algae. But flamingos don't just stand around looking pretty. They put on synchronized shows with dances, head bobs, and preening routines to attract mates. It's like dancing with the stars, except everyone's legs are absurdly long. Their social lives are as colorful as their feathers, full of vocal squawks and dramatic gestures. So next time you spot flamingos gathered together, know you're witnessing nature's ultimate fashion show. Long legs, pink feathers, endless sass. Looking for relaxation with a side of terror? Head to Bali Heritage Spa, where massages feature live pythons slithering across your body. Yep, instead of hot stones, you get cold scales. Advocates claim the snake's weight and movements relieve tension, though most people's stress skyrockets when a python hugs their shoulders. Don't worry, trained staff supervise, ensuring you won't end up as dinner. Many adventurous guests actually swear it's relaxing once they stop screaming. It's definitely not your average spa treatment, but hey, some people pay for scented candles, others pay for giant reptiles. Everyone has their own way to unwind. Your nails aren't growing in harmony, they're playing favorites. Nails on your dominant hand grow faster than those on your non-dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, that side gets a head start. Among your fingers, the middle finger is the overachiever, while the thumb lags behind. Why? More activity boosts blood flow and nutrients, fueling growth. Essentially, the more you type, text, or scratch your head, the faster your nails grow. So when you notice uneven nails, don't panic. It's biology, not bad luck. Your hands are just reflecting how much you use them in daily life. Handy, right? Ever tossed a thumbs up without thinking? Turns out, it started in aviation, not Facebook. Back in the day, Chinese pilots used hand signals to communicate with ground crews. A simple thumbs up meant, all clear, let's fly. No walkie-talkies, just fingers doing the talking. From cockpits to coffee shops, the gesture quickly spread worldwide. Now, it's a universal symbol of approval, motivation, or, yeah, your joke wasn't terrible. Funny how one bent finger became a global language. Next time you give that little upward boost, remember, it was once a signal that literally cleared planes for takeoff. Aviation chic. Forget suburban cul-de-sacs. How about cave living? In Guizhou, China, Zhongdong village is home to roughly 100 people who've made a giant cave their permanent address. Inside, you'll find houses, livestock pens, and even a school. It's basically the Flintstones, but real, and without the foot-powered cars. While the government has encouraged moving to modern housing, many villagers refuse. They feel deeply connected to their ancestral cave and its history. Generations have thrived here, adapting brilliantly to their surroundings. In a world obsessed with skyscrapers and Wi-Fi, Zhongdong proves you can still carve out community underground. Pandas eat bamboo like it's pizza, but how do they grip those tough stalks? Their thumbs are actually enlarged wrist bones that evolved into handy grabbers. It's like nature gave them chopsticks built into their paws. This adaptation is a perfect example of convergent evolution. Different creatures developing similar traits to solve life's challenges. Pandas aren't alone. Koalas and some primates have evolved comparable tricks. Without this quirky thumb, pandas would struggle to strip leaves or snap stems. So, when you watch a panda munching away, remember, you're seeing one of evolution's oddest but most brilliant party tricks in action. Need a 5-minute escalator ride? Welcome to Arsenala Station in Kiev, Ukraine, the world's deepest metro station at 115 yards underground. Opened in the 1960s, it was carved into hills so steep engineers practically tunneled toward the planet's core. Riding down feels like a slow-motion plunge into Earth's basement. Beyond being practical, it's beautiful. filled with Soviet-era design and echoes of history. It also doubles as a Cold War-era shelter. Tourists brag about visiting the bottom of the subway world, and locals? They just sigh and wait. And wait. Who knew commuting could feel like spelunking? If marble makes you think countertops, Vietnam's Marble Mountains will blow your mind. Rising dramatically near Da Nang, these limestone and marble karst formations are breathtaking works of art carved by wind and water over thousands of years. But they're more than pretty rocks. Inside lie caves filled with hidden temples, shrines, and serene Buddha statues. Exploring them feels like stepping into a mystical film set. Dim light, ancient carvings, echoes bouncing off stone. The area blends spirituality, history, and geology in one surreal package. Whether you're a hardcore adventurer or a casual tourist, these mountains are unforgettable natural wonders. The Faroe Islands look like they were hand-painted by a fantasy artist. Nestled between Iceland and Norway, this dreamy archipelago is all dramatic cliffs plunging into the Atlantic Ocean and waterfalls tumbling directly into the sea. Villages with grass roof houses seem straight from Hobbiton, except with more puffins. Adventurers flock here to hike jagged peaks, sail across misty fjords, and photograph Mulafossur waterfall, which pours elegantly into the ocean like it's showing off. Locals proudly serve fresh seafood that tastes like Poseidon's personal recipe book. Visiting feels less like a vacation and more like stepping into nature's most exclusive fairy tale kingdom. Imagine dodgeball, but with flaming meteors. Welcome to El Salvador's Fireball Festival, honoring the eruption of El Playón volcano in 1658. Every year in December, locals wrap rags, soak them in fuel, light them up, and launch them across the streets like it's medieval warfare meets block party. Participants wear protective gear, because fire. The event is wild, dangerous, and oddly joyful, with crowds cheering, music blasting, and street food sizzling nearby. Beneath the chaos lies deep cultural tradition, bonding communities through bravery and shared history. Forget fireworks. This is fireballs. It's hot, it's crazy, and unforgettable. You might think earthworms are boring little noodles. But did you know they have 10 hearts? That's 5 pairs, dutifully pumping blood while the worm munches through soil like it's at an all-you-can-eat buffet. These mini pumps keep oxygen and nutrients flowing, helping worms survive underground where air is limited. Without them, worms couldn't work their magic, breaking down organic matter and aerating soil for healthier plants. Basically, they're unsung heroes with the cardiovascular system of a superhero. Next time you see one wriggling after the rain, show some respect. That squiggly creature has more heart than you, literally. Forget the full moon cliché. Wolves are not serenading the night sky. They howl because it is their version of texting. A howl is basically a roll call, letting pack members check in from miles away. It also shouts, "This land is taken," to keep rival packs out. Even cooler, howls act like a wilderness GPS, guiding lost members back to the group. So when you hear that haunting echo, remember, it is not romantic poetry, it is survival strategy. Wolves don't howl for beauty, they howl to stay united, protect territory, and maybe scare the life out of hikers. Think making breakfast is hard? Try being a bee. It takes 2,500 buzzing workers to produce just 1 kilogram of honey. Together, they rack up 200,000 flights, covering at least 8,000 kilometers and visiting over 1 million flowers. Each bee gathers nectar, hauls it home, and the hive team transforms it with evaporation and enzymes. The result? Liquid gold. Oh, and while doing this, bees also pollinate crops, keeping humanity fed. Next time you drizzle honey on toast, appreciate the insect workforce that clocked in crazy overtime just to sweeten your morning. And that's a wrap on today's unbelievable journey through the wildest facts out there. From ancient mysteries to nature's strangest tricks, the world never stops surprising us. If you had fun, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe for more amazing stories every week.